Welcome back, and here is another episode of Blackboard Learns and how to continue to add content. Now we've put a lot together so far. We've added a content folder and made it into a toolkit for chemistry and added different files to that toolkit. And we created a learning module, and in that learning module we added an assignment, and we added an HTML from Sophia with some tutorials and playlists that were created in another website. And we've also added some documents. So now we are thinking, I do not want to do this in 3 or 4 sections of the same class. So how do I transfer content from one course to another? Well, the method I'm going to show you will transfer all of the course content from one course to another, except it will not transfer assessments. So it will transfer all of the PDFs, all of the links, all of the content you build, except this method will not transfer assessments. So let's look at how we're going to do this. So first I'm going to go to the Chemistry Honors Period 1 that we've been working on in the other videos. And I'm going to open that up, and as usual we're going to go to Content. And here we have our content, and these are the 2 items that we've created so far, but the toolkit has several things in it, and then the Introduction to Chemistry Chapter 1 also has several things in it. So how am I going to transfer all this? Now what I want you to keep an eye on is this item here with the compass and the pencil. That of course is an assignment. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the left, on the left hand side in this column. We're going to go down to where it says Packages and Utilities. And when we look up Packages and Utilities, we're going to open that up by clicking on the title, and we are going to copy the class, or class copy. Now we have 3 choices in this drop down window. Choice 1, copy class materials into a new class. Now all of our classes have been created for us at LaSalle, so we are not going to create a new class. We're going to actually transfer the material or copy the class materials into an existing class. So that's the one we want to choose. Now I am currently in 7006.1 Chemistry Honors A, Period 1, and I want to transfer to 7006.2 Period 3. I know that because before I began this, I actually looked at my class list and I found the class that I wanted to send it to. But you can also choose Browse here, and the Browse will take you through all the courses that you're looking for. And here is 70061. That's the course I'm in, but I want to send it to 7006.2. So that is the class I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and close that window, and I'm going to go to 7006.2. Now you see down below I've already done this when I was practicing doing this before the video. And what I'm going to transfer here is I'm going to transfer from the content areas. Lancer Nerd Pride is the home page. I created that because on my Sophia, the icon that the students hit says Lancer Nerd Pride. The second one is content. I didn't add a syllabus yet, so I don't have to worry about transferring the syllabus. Now, if there's anything else you've created along the way, announcements, blogs, calendar. Now remember, this will not transfer assessments. So we're going to transfer all of the other content. We haven't created anything else, so I'm not clicking anything along the way. The recommended is this one here at the bottom, the 3rd choice, which is copy links and copies of the content. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down. We do not want to include enrollments because our enrollments have already been created for us. What we do now is we submit. Now we get a note in the green bar up here that tells us that a class copy action has been queued and an email will be sent when the process is complete. Now, because I don't have a whole lot of content in that class yet, it's not going to take too long. This one will take about 2 minutes. So I'm going to turn off the video for a second. So I waited about 2 minutes, and now I've turned the recording back on. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up to classes. And from the classes list, I will choose the class that I want to see the content has traveled to, or been transferred to. So I transferred it from point 1 to point 2. So let's click the point 2. And here is that. And notice I get an orange bar here that says destination 7006.2 is complete. So I don't have to look for my email, although it is there, because when I practice this, they do send a nice email telling you the transfer is complete. And what I'm going to do is, now this says content types. Remember, it said content in my original, but now that I've transferred material, it's now called content types. And I'm going to open that, and here is the content. Now let's look at the toolkit. Everything is there, all of the materials that we've looked at before. And let's go ahead and look at the introduction to chemistry. So let's look at the introduction to chemistry. And there is the Sophia flipped lesson that we created before with the HTML. There is the DHMO case study. And there is Grit by Angela Duckworth, the TED video we added. However, what is missing? The assessment piece, the DHMO response that we have in period 1 is not here because assessment pieces will not transfer through this mode. All of your other content materials will. So right now I'm going to go back to my original class, and that would be 7006.1. And I'm going to remind you that you scroll down on the left-hand side, and you scroll down to where it says Packages and Utilities, and you go to Class Copy, and then we're not transferring copy of class materials into a new class, we are transferring copy of class materials into an existing class. You need to know which class you're going to transfer that to, so you can look it up in the browse. And remember, we looked up 7006.2. Now, the good thing about Blackboard is you will only get the courses that you are a teacher for. So you don't have to scroll through the entire school. It will only give you the list of courses that you have access for editing. So after you put in the destination class ID, 7006.2, you would then choose what content areas you want to add, so content areas, and remember I didn't have a syllabus. If there was anything else that you had added to that, an announcement, a blog, a calendar, you need to click those if you want them transferred. And then you go down and it's the bottom choice, copy links and copies of the content. And then at the end of clicking that, you would then click submit, and that would actually transfer the content from one course section to another course section. So I hope this was helpful. Now you can transfer that material that you've been building in one section to another, and I wish you luck as you continue working on your Blackboard.